Yo, what is going on? This is gonna be my first order flow video. This isn't like me teaching anything. This is just me explaining my strategy. You just fucking. All right. So pretty much how this works is this red line is pretty much the liquidity in the market. So as you can see at this red line, there's 70 orders at 23,130. Right here, 83 orders at 23,100. And you're obviously not gonna just place a limit order there. Um, you just trade off that level. So if it plows through, you're not gonna trade it, and if it hits the level and then it rejects, you're gonna trade off of it. And let me just show you pretty much how I trade. So these are levels. I'm gonna do a bar replay. So these are the levels that we have today. And I'll show you which ones played out. And like I said, I didn't take any trades. I'm just watching the market, but I'll explain the trades that would have been taken. So these are levels that I used today. Yeah, these are pretty much the levels that I used today. They're just high liquidity levels. They're not because another way you can find your levels is this way, where you you do like this, and then like a high or low that got closed on, and then you just take it another trade, just limit trade. So you could have done it's like this. Like this would be a level, or low key a level that you could use right here, because you come here, it's like resistance. So plow through it, top ticket, plow through it again, bottom ticket, we push up. So I think this level actually got used today. But that's I know you find your levels, but I usually just find my levels just from looking at Bookmap. This is what this thing is called, Bookmap. It says right there, and it's just high liquidity in the market. You just trade off of it. So I'm gonna fast forward a little bit, and what I use to take trades is their time in sales, also called your tape, and it just shows you the time in sales. So you can filter it by doing the size. So if you want to watch for big orders, you just put minimum size 5, 4. I do 4 for NASDAQ. And then you do your session volume profile. That just shows in that session that you're currently in, how much trades have gone through at each of those points. So just line it up. Boom. I can do that right there. Yeah, there. Just line it up. Obviously tell that. Right here we have 294 sells and 195 buys. Those are just market orders, and then this one is all limit orders at currently there. And this line is your line of time, I guess. I don't know how to explain it, but and then the other thing I use is your footprint chart. It pretty much shows relationship between buys and sells, and I don't know why it disappeared. But pretty much I use this to find out the delta, which is your ask minus your bid, and then your volume, which is just ask plus your bid. I don't know why it's tweaking. Oh, there we go. So you can see it better. So they have 63 more asks at the top, and then red just means it was more dominant. So this is more sell dominant. That's why it's red. This is more buy dominant. And pretty much I just use that just for more confirmation. And then the first level that gets hit today, I think, was 70. Yeah, there it is right there, 70. I don't have it lined up perfectly, but we'll just watch it. This is why I use Bookmap, though. So we're gonna let it hit 70 real quick. All right, we're at 70 right there. So you can see a push up, and then this is at 638. So this is probably the first trade that you could take right now. Let me go back. All right. So 70s right there. Let's go rewind a little bit. I look, you need to get more RAM for my PC, because I'm using 74% right now. I need to get new RAM, but let's see what happens when we hit 70. So what I watch for is absorption, which pretty much means it means with all these limit orders here, since we're bearish, right, and we want we want to go down, right? So sellers have to take control and keep pushing price down. And what absorption means is pretty much all those limit orders absorb all the market sellers. So say we have 91 limit buys right here. Absorption would mean only 70 market sells come through, meaning all of those buys absorbed. So that's what we need to see in order to see a reversal. And then you can also just tell a reversal we want a reversal, that buyers want a reversal by just looking at where the liquidity is. So you can see a lot right here below price and a little bit at the top. So that kind of means that more limit orders are coming through, trying to keep price from going down. So let's watch how 70 gets hit. Let's watch. And then I also have a absorption indicator. And let me slow it down real quick just to show you what the DOM looks like. This is the DOM. It pretty much is the heat map, but on paper. So you can literally see what happened at every price point. You can see this is like what's happening. This is your recent asks, and then your recent buy or bids. Your asks are people willing to sell or just limit orders, and then your buys are people willing to buy at different price points. And now we can scroll down. Well, we can't see just yet, but once we get near price, you can see that 70 will have a fuck ton of orders. 70 is right. No, it's there. It's right. No, it's right there. And pretty much, I use a DOM just to also just find out what happened there. So with the I can see the delta at each price point. All right, let's speed this up. And you can see we do have 90 right now. Let's watch on 90. So I'm pretty sure 90 just gets ran through, right? 90 gets ran through. You don't trade off that because it got ran through. But we also have 70, 2370, which has a fuck ton of orders. So we're just gonna wait for that to get hit, because that's our. Because look, right now, that's one of our highest points right now, or it was. Where'd it go? It's right there. So 95, and then we have one. We're at 138. And then we have one here, 270, 105. So 100s is going to be like 100 to 90 is going to be like our magnets right now. Magnets meaning just like where price would go towards. So let's watch what happens. It's just like lagging, bro. All right, 80. We hit 80. We kind of absorbed there because price doesn't just go straight down. So on 90, like hit it and then went straight down. We absorbed it, or we didn't absorb. We just pushed through it, and then this one we kind of chopped in it, which means we kind of absorbed it. And then we hit 75. We're starting to get a little more choppy now. We're not just plowing straight through. I can show you what like a plow through will look like. That just means that whatever direction we're going in right now is just super strong right now. So right now you can see there's literally like a void up here, but over here we have a bunch of orders, a bunch of heat. So that's also a sign of we want to reject. So we just plowed through 72. We're hitting 70, right? We hit it, and now we didn't push past it though, right? We may have, like I said, went straight through it, but we also, this is a absorption indicator. Obviously, it's not going to be like every time. Oh, I'm along it now, right? We gotta wait for more confirmation. So we absorb right here. See how we just kind of chopped as soon as we hit that level, and then we also got this big red bubble. These bubbles just mean the market orders at that price point, which was dominant. So we had sellers were a lot more dominant, and then we can also look at the DOM and see right here your volume profile sell 200 fucking sales, right? And pretty much what you get out of this is like, if we had 200 sales, why did we only push to 68? You know, why did we only push down there? If we had that many sales, we only pushed down to 68, 68 and a quarter, not even 68. And then our delta was also negative. So it's like we had so much volume happen there, sell side, and we barely pushed price down. So that pretty much means, right, add that, that's one, big red bubble, 2, absorption indicator 3, and then 4 confluence would be right here, and then we also have 50 with 139 orders. And right here, you're still finding along this, honestly. But I was if I was gonna trade, like when I was watching price, I was like, oh, I'll wait for 50, you know. But honestly, another day I would probably still long it. And then you want to wait for a footprint chart, which is like the last thing. Just wait till that candle ends, and it ends like right here. So let's watch what happens. I think we push down maybe a little bit more, and then buyers just come through and just start pushing this up. So we had 70 as our level for the day. And at this moment, I was like, we're going to push price down for sure. Because, like I said, look at this void right here. There's no orders up there, right? We have all this down here. We're trying to push price up, and then we get our push up right here. There it is right there. And I know I replayed this. I knew it's going to happen, but, like, this just shows, this just goes to show, like, you know. And then sellers try to keep price from going up. They fail. Let me speed it up. They fail, and then we just plow through. This is going super slow, but or we get like we kind of chop at this level actually, but I mean it holds. See, we kind of chop, like we go up, chop, 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 and then we just get a big push through right there. And let's watch what happens on there. So, like I said, big void. What we got here, we got like a little round off of orders, right? We come back down, these orders start coming through. Now I probably would have longed, or I probably would have waited for another better footprint chart. Because what you want to see on your footprint is either a bunch of red, and price not going as far down, or you want to see what's called a failed auction, I think it's called. I can't tell if it's called a completed or failed auction, but pretty much you'll see, I can show you an example. I just gotta wait for, there was one example here, but I gotta wait for a footprint chart, another footprint to show. I think we made a new candle, or footprint candle, sorry, footprint candle. Oh, here, right here. So I think you can come in long right now. Let's see where we're at. We're at 93 right now. That means we're like right here. So say you log 93 stops below, and then I think target right now was, I think it was 150. It's probably 150 or some shit. We had like a fuck ton of orders somewhere. Yeah, it was 150. So see how 150 would be your target. That's a good target. But okay, right here at the bottom. This is like a, I think it's called failed auction, but hold on, bro. Oh, there we go. So right here, this means there's only selling at that bottom, only selling, no buy. So that's like an indicator of a reversal as well. And then, like I said, bro, all of this right here, all of that right there, showing. Look at all this defending. They were defending this level right here. So I think honestly, you could have entered way shorter at like 80. This is kind of really late right now. I originally would have entered like back here though, for sure. I would have entered like, what, 78. So that would have been like right here. Like as soon as like we defended and absorbed that level, I would have entered right there. So 78 and a quarter, 78, anywhere right there. And then maybe stops like at 50. I don't really care. Like even if it went down to 50, I would have just traded off 50 as well. But we absorbed so well on what's it called? We absorbed so well at the level 70 that I was like, we should be fine. And then let's play this out. Boom, you would hit TP. That would have been a like, I don't know, 10-minute trade or some shit. I don't know. I guess we can just keep watching how price reacted. Yeah, big buys coming through. But we're also at all-time highs, so every day is just bullish at this point, you know. Let me go one speed. This is kind of what I think we ran through this. This is what it would look like when I say that. So example, we're super bullish right now. These limit sales aren't doing shit. If this happens, I don't really remember, but we should just like plow through. Yeah, see, that's what that's what it looks like when like one direction is just super good in the direction they're going. Super what's it called, like strong, I guess. Dominant. I think we like kind of chopped here for a bit. But I was very confident in like us going up. But 130 was like the first level, I guess, where I was like, we might absorb their reverse. I don't. I think we. I think market orders absorbed, not limit orders absorbed. Let's hurry up. I think we like might have hit it right there. No, we didn't hit it. We had one tick away. Let's see, and then there. And I don't wait every time for an absorption indicator. And we get defense right there, and then we just fucking tank up or shoot up. And then keep going and going and going, and then I think at 150 to 160s, then we'll get another reversal. My alarm's going off. Alright. So then we get absorption right here. So 344 orders got absorbed. We had a lot of orders right there as well. Let's wait for it to. So again, look at your DOM. You can see what happened when we were there. So we absorb right here. And pretty much this just means, right, we don't have to absorb. We don't always have to absorb every buyer, but absorbing a lot of them is going to for sure like take out a bunch of those aggressive buyers. So let's look at the DOM and see what happened. I don't even know if we can see it because it's like, yeah, like fucked up. It's not loading for some reason on my shit. Alright, I need to go to before so I can show the DOM what the DOM looked like. Boom. Then that's when we absorb. So let's look at the DOM. Holy shit. What do we see at the DOM? 355 buys. Our delta, extremely positive. No, barely any sells. The sells don't really matter as much because it's market orders. But like I said, we took out 355 of them at this level, right? So I don't know. Maybe there's like only 100 buyers left. They're like, where the fuck did they go? You know? Holy shit, they got absorbed. I think we have to leave. You know? That's pretty much what it means when you absorb. So let's keep watching, and then I don't even think we pushed through 60. See how much, bro. See? We're trying to push price down. Look at this shit. 123 at 58. 102 at 58 and a quarter. 156 at 160, right? You can't tell me we want a reversal. Or you can't tell me we don't want a reversal. We do want a reversal. Because look at all this. Look at this coming through. And then what do you see? A void, bro. A void. All this come through. Notice every time we've got like a reversal, we've seen like a little round off of heat. Round off right here. Almost like the heat's pushing through, right? A round off right here, we reject, go down. Boom, heat. Come up, heat, come through, heat. And then right here, look, you can even tell again. Here, round off, heat, come through, and then we just absorb up here. This is just being buyer dominant, but right here, we didn't even have a lot of liquidity. We only had 50 orders, so. But notice that is you can always, I mean, I don't mean this to be teaching, you know. I'm just explaining my strategy. And then we don't get an instant big like push down, but we kind of just chop, you know. We're trying to fight for control. That's what I was trying to say. Fighting for control right now. With fill 58, and then we get failed auction or I think it's completed auction, but it's at the buy side. But we get that, you know, that dominance at the top of the candles clean. And obviously, we do have it at the bottom right here. I mean, we still went up, but what's it called? You obviously look at the side. If we're at the top and we want to see it go down, we're gonna look at the top, and if we're at the bottom, we're gonna want to look at the bottom. You know, you don't want to just, oh, I'm gonna. What's it called? Well, this candle ends right. Where's it end? Ends right here. You don't look at that and say, oh, I'm gonna buy now. You know, like you're not. Don't do that. We do get a sell off right there, and then we just chop, speed this up even more. And then I'm gonna show. I mean, we went down to 120, so we went down to 120. So this, all this looks like this on the market. So I mean, depending on what you trade or not, my opinion, ICT is not showing you this shit. I mean, it can, but like, oh, we pushed all the way to 170. Okay, nice. We pushed past 160. We pushed all the way to 170. Alright, let's keep watching the market. But right now we're just all-time highs, right? All-time highs, extremely bullish. So taking it short wouldn't really be a good option right now because of that. But we definitely want to see a reversal happen. And buyers just absorb. So we absorbed as well right here, and then buyers are just too strong right now. So much control, we're just plowing through these levels. And now we reach 180 where we have even more come through. These sellers are like, man, what the fuck is this, bro? I thought we were gonna go down, you know? So we don't even get to 180. We were chopping at 75 and 70. And we get a big sell off, pretty sure. I'm just gonna speed this all the way to like the buys, because the buys are like, oh yes, that's the highest we can go. Because we get to 120, which is a good long as well. I think right here we get a, oh no, we don't. There should be one where we just plow through. Yeah, this is like when we just plow through. Alright, let's wait till 120 gets hit, because 120 was like a good one as well. I liked 120. That level got a good hit. The level got added in like after though, so 130 was also a level as well, but 120 was near equilibrium. So equilibrium is like, in my opinion, a good confluence. I like that confluence. All right, we're kind of getting close, so it's all right. Let's see what happens when we hit 120. So pretty much the strategy is just watching the order flow. Watching how the relationship between buyers and sellers right now. Alright, 120 already, let's go. Alright, boom, we hit 120. Let's look at the DOM. Let's see what the DOM is telling us. Alright. 120. More sellers, right? We absorbed 140 sellers. We pushed down, I think, to 18. We pushed down to 15. 14 and a quarter, and a half. Where is it? Right, ain't nobody here, bro. Where do you see sellers over here? Ain't nobody here, bro. They got absorbed. Y'all should leave now and push up. Like I said, another round off, and we have one level of liquidity. Like, that's just not doing shit. All this right here, we're trying to round it off and push it. Heat's pushing it in the other direction, and we get a big. I think we get a. No, we don't get a. We don't get a failed auction. We get a failed auction right here, so we can be in long right there. We might come down, I think. I don't remember. And then we go back up. Yeah. And then sellers again, but today is just a bullish day, so boom. We absorb, we still push up. More buyers come in. And then we just see that was what a plow through would look like, you know, went straight through that shit. And then this is when I got off because I was like, I think we started chopping as well. But I'm just coming on here just to look at the market and watch it, learn order flow through just watching how the order flows. And I'm just seeing more consistencies. I don't really look at the time and sales that much because I just kind of forget it's there, honestly. But yeah, the footprint, heat map, DOM, splendid. Them shits will profit. So like, I'm probably keep doing this till the end of July, and then at the end of July, during when August starts, I think I'll start trading on a like a. I need to start like placing practice trades though, but for sure I'm gonna probably just try and start trading. Let's see, we got like 2 weeks, literally 2 weeks until I feel like starting on a combine again. Because when I was trading ICT, I gave myself what's it called? I gave myself like so yeah, 170 played out today. Let's keep going. I gave myself a month to learn ICT, and then I got a payout. And my honest opinion about like ICT, I don't think it's like terrible. I just think it's just not enough information, you know. And it's too many inconsistencies where like, and it's also like if I was trading a forever model, right, I would have waited till these lows got swept, and then it changes date of delivery, right? So I would have entered like right here, late ass entry, or maybe I get right here on this fucking retest or some shit, right? Like that shit would have been long as hell, and then target previous day high, you know. But the good thing about a book map is you can literally see where liquidity is in the market. You just need to find some sort of bias, you know, like, because I mean you can like just trade off of the levels, level to level, but like I feel like you should also have like a bias, just some sort of bias, you know, because as you can see we went market open, we swept liquidity, and then we went down and went up. So I think you should always have some sort of bias, but I just think ICT is just not enough. Like there's like TJR teaches like order flow of ICT, which it just explains like obviously right we're in a downtrend. What do we see happen? This is how he teaches it. I don't think it's a bad way either. We inverse this gap, break structure again, or not again, but we break structure, come through, respect this gap, push down, and then come through, sweep this liquidity. We get a change in state, and then I think a break of structure as well. That's what he's saying. It's just like, see how, but like, I mean, that way is clean, but like I said, you're waiting for these candles to close, right? So I mean, maybe you should just trade the 30-second or some shit. But with Bookmap, I feel like you can easily enter trades early as hell before the candlestick displacement happens. You can already see displacement in the. I mean, it's not really called displacement, but you can see the control switch sides really easily on Bookmap. But yeah, that's pretty much how I trade order flow and shit. If anyone's watching this shit. If you want, switch to order flow. If you don't switch. If you try trading ICT, I think you should at least use heat maps just to look at liquidity in the market, so you can actually tell if there's liquidity there. And it's like once you start seeing what I'm seeing, it's like, bro, is this fair value gap really gonna get hit? I don't see any liquidity down there. I mean, I think it didn't even get hit. So it's like, is it really gonna get hit? Like, is a closure above this really that serious, That's kind of what, like, made me think. I was like, I mean, it's really not that serious. Like, I know it comes down to the 3 fair value gaps that you use. So you're going to use this one for sure, right? You can use that one. I don't even know when we close it up. I'm going to inverse it, but, like, that's, like, it's too, like, it's not enough information, in my opinion. It's just too inconsistent. Like, even when I was backtesting it and trading it every day, I never felt like I knew what was going on. But with level 2 market data, you literally see everything that's happening. So this is not no strategy where you can really just. It's not a strategy that just, I guess, doesn't happen long term, because it really does. And then yeah, we have this level actually play out, which went very well today. A fucking 82 and a quarter or half level. See, we close through it. Top tick, close through, bottom tick, and then bottom tick again. Right there. That's what it looks like. But yeah. If you want, you can trade ICT. If you don't trade ICT, at least, or if you want, you could trade it. At least use Bookmap to confirm liquidity. You can still confirm these trades with ICT as well. Like, I could say we swept these lows, right? I could look at Bookmap and see if we absorbed, and I'll be okay, bet. I think this trade will really hit now. I'll just go wait for my inverse trade right now. That's not bad, but yeah. I'll see y'all later. If you watch this, I really appreciate that. And then this new strat will actually give me a payout this time. But yeah, later.